And they're effectively disappearing people. And they're building a framework by which, and that is where I think all of these cases begin to come together. How convenient. As
a conservative federal judge essentially said, I may not have the quote right, but they're, in the Fourth Circuit, a very famous judge, Judge Wilkins, has said in handling one of these cases, said they're creating a regime of perfect lawlessness. Okay? They are basically creating a black hole for due process. And what they are doing is basically they're saying, okay, we're going to send them somewhere. We're going to pay these people to hold them, but then we're not responsible for them. We're not responsible if we make a mistake. We're not responsible if we do it for the wrong reason. We're not responsible, and we can't get them back. Sorry.
Right.
Okay? And not only that, this CCOT, or whatever you call this prison that they have here, that's in El Salvador, it's run by gangs, essentially. And it's, and people, I'm not sure people actually come out of there. I mean, we're talking, this is the road to, I mean, this is what they started doing in Germany in the 30s. And we're on the road here to something, I mean, if we're not already there, something really,
they're
awful.
creating the black.
But he's going after innocent people and having them deported to Venezuela.
Well, Dr. Redlener earlier, Dana, I don't know. I know, a lot of us that are prone to be, what am I? I'm a happy, clappy liberal. Chris, I don't know, prone to be optimist.
Sure, you try to be.
He's, trying to have faith right now in the courts where we are winning. I mean, I guess the problem is the compliance part of that. But
That's it right there.
But federal judges in New York and Texas yesterday took illegal action to block the government from moving 5 Venezuelans out of the country until they can fight the government's attempt to remove them. The men were identified as belonging to a gang, claimed the lawyers their lawyers dispute. I mean, that's the problem. This can't be just whoever Donald Trump says is a terrorist or a gang member, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely not. And what worries me is when they've already been sent over there, I hope that they're being protected, because if they're supposed to be coming back to the United States and he's not letting them, part of it is because what they've seen and what they know, because they were on these flights and they should not have been. They were able to turn those around. We know they were able to turn those around. There were women and children that somehow were able to come back. So there's a way to fix this, and they chose not to. But I really hope these men are being protected, because they are seeing things in these situations that they should not have knowledge of, and then return back to the United States, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, they never thought these people were going to come back, and now when the judges are saying you have to bring them home, please protect them. That's all I'm hoping for.
And Dana, I said this at the top of the show. I beg you to read one thing. Just read the First They Came poem about Nazi Germany. Please, it's short. It's not even a long poem, right? Because here's the headline we knew. White House confirms Trump is exploring ways to deport U.S. citizens, right? Yesterday it's Venezuelans, right? White House press secretary, press room Barbie, your sorority sister.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, Caroline Levitt. Said Trump is exploring there are no legal pathways to deport United States citizens. She suggested the effort would be limited to people who've committed major crimes, but Trump has also mentioned the possibility of sending people who commit lesser offenses abroad. It's not clear what legal authority could be used to justify expelling U.S. citizens from their home, because there isn't any. Trump on Air Force One said, this was Sunday, he said he would love the idea of removing U.S. citizens, adding it would be an honor. He proposed the idea in March when Tesla, really, for throwing a Mardi Gras bead at a Tesla, you can get sent to a gulag in El Salvador? I mean...
You know what I worry about, Steffi? April 19th, if he decides to invoke the Insurrection Act, then he can just label this as anything he wants and then say that these people are committing a federal crime. Those are my fears, because these protests are huge and they're making him look really bad, and they are very scared. He's going to want to find a way to stop them. Yeah. So I hope that people do not fall for this. You get out in the streets, you protest. It's our First Amendment right. And the more of us there are, the more they'll understand that we are not going to just lay down and let this happen to our country.
Yeah. So there's Press Barbie, and then there's Ice Barbie, Kristi Noem.
Kristi Noem. Please and thank you.
Wearing her Rolex, pointing a gun at the guy's head next to her.
Oh, my God. Dana, did you see that? First of all, okay, I apologize, because I did say she was hot. You know my, taste
Your
in women.
taste in women is questionable at best, Stephanie.
I mean,
you know she's my type. But it was during COVID. I didn't know she was a Republican. I'm like, she's
definitely your type.
Yeah, she is.
I don't like this Barbie set. I want a new one.
Yeah, I just need Dana Nessel to stay on the good side of history because I'm sure that's another person on your Rolodex.
Oh, wow, I'll say.
Yeah.
God.
She's married. Okay, listen, but she's so ridiculous with the blowout and the, ICE police vest, and she literally is pointing. She's holding the gun. It's pointing at the guy next to his head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the headline. ICE Barbie Christie Nome mocked for pointing gun at officer's head. In a video posted to X, she was working with ICE. She said she stands between two men explaining what they've been doing. She said, "Here we are today with Marco and Brian." Are they both still with us? Okay, she says with the muzzle pointing toward. Oh, that was Brian's head. It was pointed at Brian's head.
Poor Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We barely knew him.
That might be half a morning show now. Marco and Brian.
Let's just hope his military name isn't Mad Dog because she'll totally take him out.
Hey! Oh, that's funny. Oh, my God.
No, there's only Marco in the morning.
Wow.
Okay. They're letting me roll with them. We're going to go out and pick up somebody who I think has got charges of human trafficking. Oh, well,
You think?
Who needs evidence? That's just you have a spidey sense. Okay.
No.
Oh my God. Ruben Gallego posted a video. Said Christy Nome doesn't know how to hold a gun or run the Department of Homeland Security. Oh my God, they're just a parody of themselves.
They are. It's disgusting. And take off your Rolex if you're going to go stand in front of migrants that are being illegally detained. It's just disgusting.
Oh, it was like an Abu Ghraib-like picture. It was gross.
That's my biggest fear is that we know he's a liar, right? He claims it's U.S. citizens who have committed major crimes. They're deporting people who are not illegal. They are here legally. So
and I asked
75%
have no criminal record. How can they be gang members?
No criminal record at all. And that specific gang doesn't allow gang tattoos. So you can't even put the tattoos together with this because that specific gang doesn't allow them. That you're actually the Enemies Act that was based on. It's all crap. It's all crap.
Yeah.
It's a cover so he can deport Latinos and whoever else. And it makes me scared for my family.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, it's taken us a while to find a really good board op, so that's all I care about. Okay.
I like her. Let's keep her.
Yes.
Can we keep her? Like she's a puppy. I'll feed her.
Any board op that has to dump themselves every once in a while is my kind of board op.
It's my kind of girl.
That's right.
That was embarrassing.
She's a chatty little potty mouth on top of it. And who doesn't love that?
It was the first time for me, too. I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. I felt awful.
Well, to your point, Dana, about just authoritarianism, a Newsmax host literally said holding elections is a huge liability. The president of China, he's talking about, doesn't have to worry about elections. That's a huge benefit. Trump talks about that a lot. He's jealous of that because imagine what you could do if you didn't have to worry every 2 years. You got to get everybody reelected. I mean, that's a huge liability. It weakens our country. Really? Democracy weakens our democracy. It weakens our country in a lot of ways because we're always thinking about the next election. It's hard to ever do the right thing like they're doing now. Oh, really? Worldwide financial Armageddon is the right thing? I mean, but this is the spin, right? Everything he does, they're just, okay.
They have to do this. They have to spin because they know this is a disaster. Yes. So anything they can do to make it look like this is intentional and there's some sort of art of the deal happening, they're going to do it. Democrats have got to get their messaging down. We really do, and it has to be a cohesive effort.
In America, personal religious beliefs should be just that, personal. But today, Christian nationalism is on the rise, threatening separation of church and state. Laws are being passed based on religious doctrine instead of reason, eroding our rights and freedoms in legislatures, public schools, even in courtrooms. One set of religious beliefs is being forced onto everyone else, but that's not what our founders intended. The Freedom from Religion Foundation is fighting back as the nation's leading group of free thinkers working to keep religion out of government. FFRF protects your right to think for yourself, whether you've always been secular, left religion behind, or simply believe in true religious freedom for everyone. If we don't stand up now, we may lose our religious freedoms. Join FFRF in defending our secular constitution and keeping faith a personal choice, not a government mandate. Visit ffrf.us/freedom to learn more, become a member, or text my last name Miller to 511-511, because in a truly free country, no one's faith should dictate everyone's future. Text Miller to 511-511 today.